just welcoming you to the park. Damn it. I've done this tent quite a few times, so I should be pretty quick at it. It already has some holes in it, I think. Like nothing that can't be easily repaired. But I think it's just from wear and tear, normal wear and tear, kinda. Oh no! I forgot some poles. Guess I'm kinda rusty. I haven't set this tent up in a while. It's like last fall or something. Plus, you said you were timing me, so I maybe was rushing a little. Yeah, I use rocks whenever I backpack. I did bring a little lightweight hammer one time, and I don't think it was worth it. Rocks work just fine. Done. How long did it take? 15. Yeah. 15 minutes? That's pretty terrible. But Alright guys, so I thought I'd show y'all my sleep setup and shelter. Y'all have seen this tent before if y'all have seen some of my videos. It's kind of my car camping tent, but it's the North Face Stormbreak 2. It's a really easy tent to set up, and it's never done me wrong. It's only maybe like a year and a half, 2 years old, already showing a little bit of wear and tear. But haven't had any leaks or anything like that. The floor does kind of wet out every once in a while, but I'm trying out a new tarp and have even tried putting a thin tarp on the inside of the tent to keep that moisture off my sleeping pads. But speaking of sleeping pads, I think that'll be one of the first things I show you. So what I'll be sleeping on tonight is 2 pads actually. Some car camping. I'm not worried about, carrying too much gear or weight or anything like that. But I use these Academy self-inflating pads a lot. I really like these. They're only about an inch, maybe inch and a quarter thick, but they're just really easy to use. They're self-inflating, so they do most of the work for you. They're really easy to break down, get the air out. You can roll them up, and then they have these clips and straps that clip together once it's rolled to keep it rolled up. So that'll be my bottom pad, and then on top of this pad I have another, which is the Sea to Summit Comfort Light SI. This is also another self-inflating pad. I'm not sure the thickness of this. If I were to guess, maybe another inch and a half, inch and a quarter pad. I really like the valves on the Sea to Summit pads, and also the pillow that I have here. You can open them up all the way and let out air if you're trying to deflate the pad really quick, or you can pop in one of those pieces and it's a one-way valve, so you can blow in air and air won't escape, and then you just close it off. So for car camping, I really like the self-inflating pads because they do, like I said, most of the work for you. So yeah, I'll be staying on those 2 pads. Just wanted 2 for the comfort level and just to kind of boost my R value tonight, since I think it will get down into the lower 40s, upper 30s tonight. So like I said, I also have the Sea to Summit Aeros pillow, which I'm starting to love more and more once I realized that I just needed to not inflate it completely, like have it deflated a little bit. Makes it a lot more comfortable to sleep on. And I'm hoping that this will slip right into my sleeping bag, which is a good segue for what I'm most excited to show you all about. This is my new piece of gear, because I've been pretty cold sleeping on backpacking trips and just not having the right quilt or sleeping bag or down gear to keep me warm at night. And I've been using a 45 degree REI bag that's 17 years old. It's still in decent shape, but 45 degrees is just not going to keep you warm. Any temps below 50 basically. So like even on my last trip at Inks Lake State Park, I used 2 of those bags. I used mine and my dad's. They're both the same bag. His is just a long one, so I put one inside the other. And even with 2 45-degree bags, I was cold sleeping at night, and that was probably high 30s, low 40s as well. So similar conditions tonight, but I will be using a brand new bag. Really excited to try this out. This is the REI Co-op Magma 15. This is it's a 15-degree bag. I think the comfort rating ideally is higher than that, more like 25 probably. And then the like lower limit rating would be something like 17 or 15. But it uses 850 fill power down. It has a full-length zipper. This is a mummy-style bag. I just sleep so cold that any kind of drafts or anything like that really kind of bother me, which is why I'm leaning away from quilts at this moment in my career, backpacking and camping career. But it's got a full-length zipper, so you can also it's got a zipper on the bottom, so you can vent your foot box if you need to. But I'm hoping that my Sea to Summit pillow will slip in here just fine, and I will sleep much, much warmer than I have been. I also have, my fleece and my puffy down jacket as well if I'm having issues, but I think with this new bag, I should be sitting pretty nice. I think this is going to do a way better job than, the 17-year-old 45-degree bags, which I'll need it to. Like, I just sleep so cold. It's something I've been trying to work on. And, I think the 45-degree bags will still make really good summer bags, but this is definitely going to be a good winter bag, early spring, late fall, something like that. I think this will work nicely. So, really happy to have this guy. I got it on the REI sale, so I think it was around $300. But when you're talking about, this temp level bag, this quality of bag, $300 is not bad at all. The Western mountaineering bags are upwards of like $500. I think we may have a squirrel in the van. I will be right back. What is going on? So I told you these squirrels are extremely curious. He was definitely in the van trying to get the chips out of the van. Oh yeah, I can hear him crunching on the chip under the van. So I guess he got into them. Yeah, I just noticed that they're getting really close to my drink up on the table. They're climbing all over our camp chairs. And I just heard something up in the van, ran up there, and he was like in my food bag. So I'm hoping that's all he gets. That's all you get, okay? That's ridiculous. And animals in car camping grounds are just bold. So here's our campsite for the next 2 nights. We're in electric site number 27 here at Dinosaur Valley. everybody. So I slept pretty great last night. That new bag is wonderful and kept me warm and toasty throughout the entire night. We did have a squirrels attack part 2 problem this morning though. Starting to get ready to go hiking. My dad had a little day pack with some food in it out on the picnic table, and we were hanging out in his van for a moment. I look outside, look out through the window, and there's a squirrel on top of his bag, and I already know what's up. So I run out there, chase him off, and he had already eaten a hole into his bag and was trying to get the food out. So yeah, that was a fun, interesting moment, and that kind of got the fire under my dad, and he's already off hiking. Yeah, but the squirrels here are a little confident, a little bold, so just keep your food nice and locked up. But I have no definitive plans. I'm just gonna go see what kind of trails I can find, see what this park has to offer, and I'd love for y'all to join me. So let's go do it. This is the field out in front of the main track sites, and I could have swore that when I was here last year that this was all really high, tall, beautiful grass, kind of like the field way over there, if you can see it. Kind of has an amber glow, but I'm not sure what happened with this field, if they had to do something with it, like cut it, or if the freeze affected it. But I do feel like I was taking some pictures over by that tree last year, and there was really pretty grass. They have a lot of wild grasses that they try to maintain here at Dinosaur Valley. But I do remember this field having a lot more wild grasses last time. It's interesting. So you know I love hiking, you know I love state parks, you know I love walking past my camera on a tripod. I just don't know how much y'all actually know about me and what I want to possibly do with this channel, what I can bring to y'all in terms of like knowledge on state parks and any information on hiking trails that I do, and any just knowledge that I've gained over time hiking, backpacking, and camping. If I can pass that on to y'all, that would be the ultimate goal for this channel. But why don't we hike a little bit more, and then I'll tell you about myself a little and a little bit about this channel. So most of y'all probably know this already, but I am Mike. I am a born and raised Austinite. I'm 30 years old. I've been living in Austin my entire life. And surprisingly enough, I actually haven't ventured off to check out the trails and all these state parks until the last 3 or so years. Just really caught the trail fever and love it so much that I am now enjoying videoing it and kind of bringing my adventures to y'all. But yeah, so I kind of wanted to go over why I love hiking so much and why I enjoy doing this so much and being outdoors and camping, and why I would rather be out here sweating my butt off or freezing my butt off instead of being inside in the AC and watching Netflix or HBO or whatever. So I think we should hike a little bit more, and then I'll go into that because this is kind of a deep topic that I want to get into. The reason why I hike is actually mainly because I couldn't at one time, but now I can, so let's go do it. Oh. So I hope y'all enjoyed the overlook as much as I did, but it's time to get a little deep with the subject here. So I was saying that one of the reasons I love hiking and getting outside as much as I do right now is because at one point I couldn't. So at age of 16, I was actually diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis and Crohn's disease, and they were quite debilitating throughout my high school and college years. My nickname in high school was actually Old Man because my arthritis was affecting a whole bunch of joints from my feet to my hands, and I was walking slow, couldn't climb stairs very well. Every time I bowled, things like that, my hands would just completely blow up. And things were just overall bad, just in a lot of pain all the time, and I was having to have steroid injections in my hands and in my toes, and it's just in a lot of pain. And then the Crohn's really kicked in and things got pretty difficult. I was just having stomach pains constantly. I was losing weight, fluctuating weight, lost so much weight at one point that I was down to 95 pounds actually. And so this while I was going to college at UT, for 11 hours at night I was doing IV bag nutrition, and then I would go to class during the day, and I was just completely drained of energy. So I would go onto campus, get my classes out of the way, and immediately go home and get back into bed. And it was just like that for years. Just a lot of pain every single day, stomach pain, joint pain, really low on weight, so just really low on energy in general, and just not enjoying life as much as I wanted to and as much as I could have, especially during those peak years of my life, high school and college. I just wasn't able to have the same experience that a lot of people do. I was more focused on just trying to get healthy and trying to get something of a normal life back. But eventually I kind of figured out all my health issues, and in the last few years things have really kind of taken off for me in that aspect, and that my arthritis is almost non-existent, so I'm able to hike now without any issues. My hands and ankles and feet just don't hurt nearly as much as they used to, or just about hurt, I would say, as much as a normal person's would, hiking 10 miles or 12 miles or however much I do during a day. So my joints are doing much, much better. My Crohn's disease is under control right now, which was not easy because in 2015, I got so low on weight, I just wasn't absorbing nutrition at all, and so they actually went in and removed my colon. So I'm colonless, and that was a difficult experience, something really hard to recover from. But once I did, I felt so much better, and that was kind of the big turning point in my life. Once that was out of my way, once I kind of had that part of my gut that was just eating away itself and causing me a lot of pain, once that was gone, I was just able to do what I wanted, go outside, go for a hike, be 10 miles away from a bathroom and 15 miles away from, civilization itself, and go camping and do all these things that I wasn't able to do a lot during high school and college. I'm now able to do that now, and I just kind of wanted to share this story with y'all. I've done, I don't know, a dozen videos so far, and I haven't shared with you why I am doing this in the first place, why I created this channel so that I can share with y'all my story of, my trials and tribulations, how I overcame them, and how that could, possibly help you, and how hiking in the outdoors has just helped me in general, mentally, physically. I think it, staves off, I think it keeps my illnesses at bay, my arthritis at bay, and all those, like, just staying active has helped me a ton in a lot of different ways. But also, this channel, I've been kind of an awkward person my whole life, kind of quiet, kind of shy, and just wanted to, I don't know, try to break out of my shell a little more, try to meet some new people maybe that enjoy some of the same things that I do, and really just kind of put myself out there and challenge myself. I think that's why I like hiking and videoing and editing. All those things are not easy, but I enjoy the challenge, and I see the rewards of it in the end. In the end, I'm healthier, happier, and I have really awesome videos and memories to look back on and to share with other people, and possibly share in similar experiences like that with other people. So I think in general, why I love hiking the most is that it just makes me extremely happy. That it's something I couldn't do before because I was so sick, and now I can. It just feels like complete freedom, and I just couldn't ask for anything more. It really is, in some ways, was a lifesaver for me. I don't know if I would be in the same kind of mental headspace, to this day, if I hadn't have found this passion of hiking and videography and stuff. And it's already kind of paying off with, friends that are willing to join in and do these things with me, or kind of getting interested in cameras and videos and stuff like that. So it's already starting to pay off. I'm already, making friends, branching out more, pushing myself every day, and continually just, staying healthy and happy. And that's all we truly want, right? So hopefully that didn't get too deep, but I would say if you're, struggling with something on your own, or have been in the past, hopefully you can relate to this. But if you're struggling right now, just know that it's not always going to be that way. And I kind of thought it was at the time. When you're in a lot of pain, you're not feeling well, you just wonder, like, when is this going to end? You think that it could always be like this, and that's just not the case. And that's what really kind of helped me get through it, is just knowing that it wasn't always going to be like that. Things were going to get better, and they did, and better in ways that I never even imagined. Never thought that I would be, like, hanging out here. Check this out, this awesome overlook at Dinosaur Valley, camping for multiple days on end, backpacking, just being really far away from bathrooms, which wasn't really something that I could do back in the day. But it's just freedom, pure freedom, and I hope that y'all can either work towards that or have found that in these similar experiences, and will possibly even be willing to share it with others if you think that could be helpful. So yeah, that's my little spiel, and maybe I have a bit more to tell you about myself and a bit more to tell you about the channel, but I'd like to do a bit more hiking. I've been pretty lazy, actually. I've only kind of done Cedar Breaks outer loop, stopped at the overlook, and was talking to a really nice guy about him hiking the PCT and backpacking in general. So yeah, once again, meeting some awesome, nice people on the trail, and let's go see if we can meet some more, or at least see some awesome sights. Let's do it. Alright guys, so I'm kind of an idiot. My camera is about to die and I have a battery pack, but I have no cord to charge it. So I have like 2 miles left on Black Cap Vireo Trail. We'll see if I can get any shots on it because my camera is running really low on battery. But I just wanted to say one last thing, which is I do run a small channel which allows me to engage with y'all a lot more. So please feel free if y'all ever have any questions about the gear I use, the trails I hike, the state parks I go to, anything like that. Please feel free to ask me. You can put a comment down in the comment section and I'll do my best to answer them. But I'm gonna cut this short and keep on hiking, and hopefully my camera will last a little bit longer. Clean break. Yeah, definitely Sasquatch. So I made it across the river and kept my feet dry. I'm gonna head up this hill and get on Monarch Trail and take that back to the van. But that pretty much brings this trip to a close. Thank you all so much for joining me. Consider subscribing if you liked what you see. Smash that like button if you're into that kind of thing. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.